Who wants to start? You want to start or you want me to start?
I don't really care, so you can just do whatever you want.
You know, there's something that Branson has been mincing? There's something...
Has it been mincing it long?
Okay, let's try that again from the top. Hi, I'm Steve.
And I'm Sandy, and we're two tenderfoot tourists. Welcome to episode 82, the one about oceans of the world in Branson, Missouri.
Huh? You know, there is something that Branson has been missing, and they're finally going to get it in 2020.
Well, and I think it's totally logical. I mean, where else should this be?
I agree. In the Midwest, in the middle of the Ozarks, nothing but a just giant octopus.
Exactly.
Of course.
I guess if you wanted to put something else there, you should have maybe a boardwalk.
Oh, yeah.
And a huge aquarium.
I agree. Filled with stingrays and sharks.
Where else would you go but Branson, Missouri to see sharks and stingrays?
I agree. Where else?
I'm actually really excited.
I am too. This is really exciting.
Let's talk about what's actually happening because, I mean, sure, there's aquarium going in, but people are probably going, okay, but a giant octopus, really? Okay. The Grand Palace.
Oh, yeah, the Grand Palace. Let's start there.
Was built when?
It was built in 1992, yeah.
And it has really changed hands a lot. It has struggled. It just never really truly took off.
You know, the building was gorgeous.
Oh, yeah, it's beautiful.
And you had all kinds of people that came through that place. I mean, you had Loretta Lynn, Bill Cosby, Jeff Foxworthy.
Randy Travis.
Yes. I mean,
Randy Travis.
You had Randy Travis. Did they have Randy Travis there?
They may have had Randy Travis.
Oh, my goodness.
I love Randy Travis.
And it's set right there on the 76.
And it's just gigantic. And it's just like it's booked and booked and booked people. Then it's empty forever. Then it booked and booked and booked people. Then it's empty forever. Well, it's sold.
And now they're going to turn it into a giant fun park aquarium, if you will. I don't know how else to describe it.
And it's called Aquarium at the Boardwalk.
Exactly. They broke ground on February 27th. And you can go online. You can go to aquariumattheboardwalk.com and you can look at it yourself. They have like a sort of
concept drawings.
Yeah, concept art.
Well, I want to just talk about it a little bit just from what we've read so far. It's really fascinating to me. And if they could pull it off, it's going to look super cool from the outside because it's basically this building that looks like an octopus is all over the top of it.
Yeah.
And you walk through its tentacles to get inside, if we're seeing correctly.
If the illustration, we're understanding it correctly.
And it looks like there's like photo op spots where you can stand within a tentacle,
mm-hmm.
and it looks like the octopus is grabbing you.
That is awesome.
So that'd be pretty cool if they can pull it off.
Yeah, one of the tentacles it looks like in the illustration it's like holding up a submarine up in the air.
I'm hoping you can get in that somehow.
That would be awesome, right?
That would be really cool.
It'd be really wickedly cool. Let's read what it says that it's going to be like. Can you read that for us?
Is it the part at the very beginning?
Yep.
Aquarium at the Boardwalk in Branson, Missouri is being designed to focus on fun as you take a walking journey through the oceans of the world. Here you'll be mesmerized by up-close views of amazing creatures ranging from colorful fish, seahorses, and jellyfish to
Octopi.
Thank you. Eels and sharks. Octopi is a hard word for me for some reason. Anyway, just imagine doing lots of laughing and maybe even squealing as you reach into the water to touch rays and sharks. Plus, along the way, there are plans for you to enjoy all kinds of entertaining activities, such as taking a photo wearing a high-tech diving suit, popping up inside a fishbowl, and sliding through a real tank.
Okay, so this thing is huge. It's going to be 46,000 square feet, and it's going to be in the northwest corner of what is the Grand Palace in Branson.
Pick me, pick me, pick me.
Is that a sign me up?
No, it's me asking a question.
Okay.
So I just read, and sliding through a real tank. Does that mean there's an actual slide you slide on, and you go through, and you're like in a tunnel of a tank?
Yeah, it's really kind of neat. According to the illustrations that they have provided on their website, it's really kind of cool because you have this like this scalable wall that's got netting underneath it, and kids can like climb up. It looks like you know those mushroom things that hang off the side of the wall off a tree. You know, what little pedestal. Is that pedestal? What am I thinking of?
It's fungus.
Yeah. Anyway, it looks like coral. That's what it looks like. It looks like coral. You're climbing up
Yes.
On the side, and you climb up to a top of what looks like...
It's your fault because you said mushroom, so I said fungus.
There's a fungus among us. But anyway, so you go up, it looks like you get on the top of a jellyfish, and then there's a slide from there. It takes you all the way through a live aquarium. This slide, I think it's 14 feet, I believe is what they said it is. It's 14 feet, and you come out the bottom. That
would be really cool.
And it's just a play area in a fish tank, basically, or around a fish tank.
So is that where they can like pop up inside stuff and everything too, or is that
that's a different place.
Gotcha.
In fact, let's just go. The exterior has got a giant Pacific octopus and boardwalk.
Yeah, that's the part I'm excited about.
Okay, and so the boardwalk it looks like it's like a midway with stores and games that people can actually enjoy. And you got like places like photo opportunity places and like a giant octopus where you can stand like you were talking about at the beginning.
I every time you bring this up to me before we got on here and even now, I just keep thinking of what they could do with this area. This is a very large area of land.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot surrounding it that I think that they could mess with.
Yeah.
I just keep going back to when we were in Myrtle Beach and they had Broadway at the beach and there was Ripley's Aquarium and all these other things around there and all these shops around there. And I just think they could do something like this right there in the middle of Branson.
Totally could do that.
It would be pretty incredible.
It's exciting to think about, isn't it?
So there would be a whole area of things to do on foot.
Mm-hmm. So just all you listeners out there, we are going to make many, many trips up to Branson just so we can bring this more information, what's new going on in the Branson area. Because there's a lot going on right now in Branson.
There is. Missouri
Tons
is
of stuff going on.
What is it? A plethora.
A plethora
of entertainment and new things, and I'm really excited about it.
So you want to go inside and tell them what they can expect from the interior?
Let's go inside.
So the interior, you have several or rooms or things you can experience while you're inside. And just starting at the top, you got the submarine voyage, jellyfish room, mermaid palace, stingrays, touch pool, jellyfish climber, and aquarium slide. That was what you were just now talking about. We were talking about.
And then also the coral reef. Now, I want to say that something we experienced in other aquariums we've been to recently, the ones that we considered remarkable, is being able to actually be up close and personal looking at stingrays. Goodness. Yes, of course, stingrays, and we love those. Those are so cool. But jellyfish. We even got to touch jellyfish at one of them, and that was really incredible.
It was really cool. In fact, the one we experienced, and they're going to have something similar to this, except it looks like it's just from the illustrations, it's going to be on a much larger scale. You go into this like area where you have these giant tanks with jellyfish, and you can control the lights. And then the jellyfish have a tendency to have a bioluminescent sort of effect to them when you put certain lights on them. So you get to experience that.
I'm really excited about this whole deal because the one I've seen most recently, to me, doesn't have enough sharks.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm hoping they bring quite a few sharks.
I really do too. I love sharks.
If you grow up in the Midwest and you don't have a lot of opportunities to go to the coast, to go somewhere where you could see a lot of sharks like we did at the Ripley Aquarium, it's incredible. You can't explain it.
Exactly.
And especially if they do well and they have it where you can walk under them and have them swimming by you and over the top of you, it's just really breathtaking.
According to the website, they will have an area where you can walk through a tunnel right in the heart of the aquarium and into sunken ancient city.
Yes.
Sounds really cool. It says right here, you'll be thrilled with sights of a variety of sharks, graceful sea turtles, and all kinds of unique striped and patterned fish as they swim circles all around you. So they'll have an area where you can actually go into the aquarium as the fish are just basically swimming all around you.
Well, and I feel like I'm leaving something out. So I want to ask some questions about this. Didn't you tell me that there is an area with mermaids?
Yeah, in fact, I was just not. It's kind of funny. You'd look at it. They have Mermaid Palace, is what they're going to call it. This is what the website says. Discover a magical underwater palace where heroic mermaids safeguard the city and you become an honorary member. Their lovely fortress has been designed for you to enjoy tales of the deep with a real live mermaid. If I can
wow, that was
that out.
awesome.
Okay.
That's all, folks.
Plus, take in the mesmerizing sight of schools of fish, seahorses, and butterfly fish. So, in the illustration, it looks as if there's like this like large
Is
structure.
it seahorse or seahorses?
Seahorses.
We have never claimed to be grammatically accurate.
No, and you know me and my pronunciations.
Exactly.
So it looks like a room where you could just basically walk around, and you got like aquariums all around the room, and you have people who are dressed up in mermaid costumes and stuff like that.
Yeah, didn't you say they even have someone dressed up in one sitting out on a rock where they can have a photo op?
Well, they did that at the Ripley's. I'm wondering if they're not going to do that here.
I see what you're saying. Yes.
They also have a place where it's a photo opportunity where you can like get behind a merman or mermaid tail and have your picture taken.
I want to be a mermaid.
I don't.
I do. You would make such a great King Neptune.
Oh, is it the beard?
It is. I was actually totally thinking that.
Were you?
I really like it.
Oh, I like my beard too. I'm kind of attached to it. I love you. Okay, let's speculate cost.
Cost. Okay, they aren't posting anything yet. Oh, other than the fact that it cost $51 million.
Yeah, I was going to say this project is $51 million. And so for $51 million, I would hope that this thing is just going to be phenomenal. I don't know. I'm afraid I might be putting my expectations a little high. However, the price of admission may bring my joy down a little bit.
No joy.
So based upon our experience of going, what?
I want to say really quick, I don't know if you're raising your expectations too high, honestly, because anymore, stuff like this tends to be very grand.
That is true.
In the location of the former Grand Palace. But it tends to be very grand. If you look at Wonders of Wildlife and their aquarium and lots of other stuff that's similar that's opened in the past few years, it's bigger and better.
It's very grandiose.
I'm not hearing of us going backwards on any of this stuff. No. It's almost ridiculous.
Okay, so speculation. Now, the only way we can speculate on what this might cost for admission is based upon some of the places that we have already been. For instance, like the aquarium over in Wonders of Wildlife and also the Ripley's Aquarium in Myrtle Beach.
And the reason we're using these two as an example is because we've been there fairly recently in the last couple of years.
Yep.
And from the description, we're thinking, they're kind of on the same level as far as the grandioso.
Yeah, exactly.
Know?
Now, and that's not to say that we can say that aquarium at Bass Pro is similar to.
It's not the same.
Because I mean, the one at Bass Pro is just an amazing museum, and that's exactly what it is. It's a museum, and
it's dedicated towards conservation. Ripley's, and from what we can see, Aquarium at the Boardwalk, they're different. It's more of an entertainment-based situation. That doesn't mean you won't learn.
No.
But when you're talking about from a conservation perspective, you're going to learn a lot.
Yes. And in the Ripley's one, they did a lot of educating, but it was more on the level of a child. It was really child-based learning.
It really was. I mean, not that it wasn't entertaining for us because, I said,
right.
They had lots of sharks.
They did. And it was
happy.
Breathtaking. In fact, if anybody wants to hear more about our experience at the Ripley Museum or Ripley Aquarium,
yes,
you just need to go back and listen to our episode of us going to Myrtle Beach.
Yep.
I'll put a link to that podcast in the show description so that you can go and listen to it yourself, because right now I can't think of what it is right off the top of my head.
Right. And like I said, adults are entertained by that. We got to pet sharks.
Yeah.
They were little sharks, but I touched
and horseshoe crabs.
Those were so cool.
Yeah, it was awesome. So, and then Bass Pro, you can pet stingrays.
Did we pet horseshoe crabs in there also? I think we did.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, I think we did.
That place is amazing.
Yeah, we need to go back there soon. Of course, we'll have to wait until after my surgery, most likely, unless we can squeeze it in, like, now.
Yeah. We'll see what we can do. But so speculation of prices. So Wonders of Wildlife for an adult aquarium-only ticket, how much is that?
$39.95.
And for children, it's $23.95, and that's for ages
4 to 11.
4 to 11. And then Ripley's Aquarium for an adult is $29. That's 12 years of age.
No, it's $29.99.
$29. Sorry, what did I say?
Just $29 even. But yeah, I mean, $29.99, and they're 12 and up. where then they have a child from 6 to 11 is $19.99.
And then 2 to 5 is $9.99.
I love that, by the way.
I do too.
I think that's only right. They're little bitty. And that age may not even remember going.
I think that what that is,
it's kind.
That is kind, and it's encouraging the parent to say, you know what, I want my child. They want the child to experience sea life and all that stuff at that price.
And you think about this. When our kids were little, if we would have lived near Ripley's Aquarium and we had to pay $30 for each adult, that's $60 right off that. We didn't have a lot of money back then. To take the two of us and our 3 kids, we would have paid almost $100.
Oh, yeah.
So, we wouldn't have went if it wasn't a cheaper price for our children.
No, I agree.
So, I appreciate them doing that for parents.
I do too.
To introduce a little levity to the podcast, we again bring to you words of wisdom from You Know You've Reached Middle Age If.
This one cracks me up. When you're on vacation and your energy runs out before your money does.
That actually happens. And what's really funny is when we've been with our kids, it's happened to them.
That's crazy.
And they aren't middle-aged. I remember when our kids were in their teens and Olivia, like preteen, we went to the zoo in St. Louis. And they were like dead on their feet. We're still bopping around wanting to see everything. They're like, can we leave? We're tired.
I believe what I heard them say was, can we go back to the hotel and swim in the pool?
Well, that would explain it. But that's still stupid. There's lots of animals.
Aminals.
I want to see the aminals.
So now we can take those prices and we can kind of speculate about how much. I'm thinking they're probably going to be $30, $35 a piece, don't you think?
I'm thinking it's pretty fair to say between $30 and $35 at least.
Just to get into the aquarium half, that is.
The aquarium half?
Yeah, because the reason why is I'm speculating, and there's nothing to prove what I'm saying is true. I think the boardwalk is going to be separate from the actual aquarium because the boardwalk is going to be on the outside.
I would bet money the boardwalk's free.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
So that's why I wouldn't say the aquarium half.
Okay.
I'd say get into the aquarium.
To get into the aquarium, I think that is more accurate to say that, yeah.
Because I'd say the boardwalk is going to be one of those things where you just walk down and you go to vendors, you go to shops. That will be so fun, by the way.
That what it is it's the gateway drug to get you inside.
Dang right. And it would work on us.
It really would. It's like, I love the look of this. I really want to go inside.
Do you remember what they did outside of Ripley's? And it started pouring rain, and you stood in the rain to get our tickets.
I don't remember.
And do you remember what Olivia and I did while you were...
Oh, you went and pet puppies.
They had puppies out there. And I'm like, it's a good thing we are like 2 days away from our home because we would be going home with a puppy. They were so cute.
Yeah, I'm so glad we were 2 days from home.
I know.
Although we ended up with Marco, and that's not...
Well, we already had Marco.
Did we have Marco?
Yeah, because remember we saw some that we reminded us of little Marco.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, make a long story short. So what do you think? If I say it's going to be about $30, would you say that's probably, or $35? Do you think that might be accurate?
That would be my guess, and I would love it if we come out to... Okay, I'd love to be wrong and it'd be cheaper.
So, yeah.
But I think it'd be really freaking cool if we picked it.
Yes.
Just because we're that good.
Yeah, and I'm guessing they might have I bet they'll even do season passes up there to it.
Most likely. That'd be smart money.
Hasn't been discussed. I'm just guessing.
So.
I'm very excited.
I am too. And when's their projected opening date?
March of 2020.
Yeah, that's too long.
Yeah, I know, right?
Now I'm a little discouraged.
That's a year from now. So the other thing is we mentioned Wonders of Wildlife Aquarium. Now they have a special going on. I feel like it's important that we mention it to our listeners. If you're local, that they have a special called Just for Neighbors.
Just for Neighbors, yes.
And it goes through the March 31st, and it's people. When I first heard they were doing this, I go, okay, people in Springfield, but it goes much further than that.
Yeah, how far out does it reach?
Well, they actually, if you go to the website and you have to download a PDF in order to look at it, all right, and it'll actually cover places in Missouri, Kansas, and Oklahoma, and they list off the counties that are involved with the
That's genius.
State. It is, it's an absolute. The reason why it's such a genius idea, because you get almost $20 off the normal ticket price, which is like $39.
Right. It's saying $19.95 is how much it's going to cost, and normally it's $39.95. So that's exceptional. And for kids 4 to 11. It's $11.95, normally $23.95.
That's amazing.
Dang, folks.
And you know what? And just to let everybody know, this place is well worth the $39. I think a lot of people complain about the price, but you can spend the entire 2 days there and not. I mean, it's just amazing.
When we went our first time, we did not give ourselves enough time because we did the whole thing.
Yeah.
But we didn't give ourselves enough time. We had to rush through everything else because we were in the aquarium for like 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Because we were just like, ooh, oh.
You do a lot of that.
And we were with our kids, and they're all adults, but we were having such a great time looking at everything. And then we bought season passes.
Right.
Because we were like, you know what? If we come back twice,
yeah.
this is worth it to us. And we've already been back another time.
Yeah.
And we intend to go back a couple more times at least.
Oh, definitely.
But it really is. It's just a beautiful sight. And if you go there, you're also able to, if you want to pay the extra amount, you go into the actual, what's the rest of it called?
Oh, you got Wonders of Wildlife and, the Wonders of Wildlife. Yeah.
You go into the Wonders of Wildlife part that has the land creatures.
Right.
And it's pretty incredible. And then you can walk around Bass Pro, eat at Hemingway's, whatever. I mean, it's something you could make an all-day event.
Oh, it's totally an all-day event. Easy. You'd miss a lot if you try to make it a one-day event. Now, if anybody out there listening is interested in what the aquarium side looks like, you can go to our YouTube channel. I did the shipwreck room, and then I did some various rooms.
And we did a lot of photos.
Video,
too.
yeah. And they're done in 360, so you can actually see what it's like. So if you want to go there and you want to check that out, go for it. But you know what? That is an awesome special just for Neighbors Days. That lasts until the 31st of March.
And I do want to point out that Wonders of Wildlife 3 and under is always free.
Yes.
So I have to point that out because I just think that's a great idea. What an experience for a little 3-year-old, you know?
No joke. Exactly. And so, hey, Aquarium at the Boardwalk coming in 2020. We can't wait to bring this to you when it first comes out. They broke ground on it. So, you know what? We just have a year to wait. You know, at our age, year goes boom like that anyway, so.
Yeah, thanks for that.
You're welcome. Okay, so now that we've covered the new attraction that's coming in, everybody's really excited about it. We can talk about a couple of other things briefly about what's going on.
Maybe, I don't know, something we love, new food.
Duh.
And the landing. 2 combinations there that we love. Branson Landing's our buddy.
We're so broken. Okay, so everybody's aware of Pauladine. Well, she's got a restaurant chain, and it's going to be there at the Branson Landing. In fact, they broke ground on it, and they're building it right now. We're hoping to bring you some video, some photos of it, and put it on our Facebook, Instagram.
Have they said yet when they predict that's going to be open?
Spring of 2019.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sandy's so happy.
Yeah, this restaurant's going to be huge. It's 15,696 square foot restaurant.
I hear she cooks everything in butter.
Yeah, and butter makes everything better.
Butter.
In fact, if you want to see where it's going to be at, you can see it in one of our videos. I do a walkthrough of the landing, and the video starts off with the actual Pauladine. You got the wall.
Coming soon.
Yeah, coming soon. Pauladine Family Restaurant right there. You'll see it right off the bat. It's right next to the balloon ride.
So I was laughing while you were coming out with all that information there, and I was thinking, Body by Butter.
Body by Butter. That's a great T-shirt.
It is a great T-shirt.
You got Body by Chocolate. You got to have one.
Body by Butter.
I think it flows much better.
I do too. You got to make me a T-shirt.
I'm going to do that. Okay, so anyway, that's coming soon and like right around the corner. I'm so excited to eat a lot of butter-infused food.
And we all, yeah. We already have one that's opened up just recently that is another popular chain that we have actually enjoyed.
Oh, I know. Land Shark?
Yep, Land Shark.
So, Candygram. Oh my gosh, flashback. Okay,
we're such nerds.
So Land Shark. Now, I love the location that they have for this. So if you're in the Branson Landing and you know of the location, It's right next to the
the Water and Fire Show.
Water and Fire Show. Thank you. Right on the. That's not Table Rock. That's Taneycomo.
Taneycomo.
So it overlooks Taneycomo and also the Fire and Water Show.
Right. It's the area where they have the bandstand where they actually do our
Blues, Brews, and Barbecue is what they do that.
Which we are planning to go to again this next fall.
September, right?
Usually in September.
Yep.
Let's keep track of those people.
I love going to that. And that's a free event if anybody's interested. We did do a podcast on the Blues, Brews, and Barbecue. We've been there twice already.
Right.
Go back and listen to that. And we'll give you the lowdown on that. So,
Lowdown, hoedown.
Lowdown, hoedown. So we have so much going on.
So that's what's happening in Branson.
I am so excited about what's all going down in
You know what
Branson.
excites me about it? They're like 30 minutes away from us.
I know.
So it makes it a lot easier for us.
So we have a lot to bring this year.
A lot to look forward to.
A lot to look forward to. We have we're going to spend a lot of money this year.
Between surgery and
our first cruise coming up.
Right.
In May.
I cannot wait for that.
I'm going to be making the final payment this week, and then it's done.
Whoop, whoop.
Yep.
I feel so pampered and spoiled.
I feel pampered and spoiled. This is in May, so technically it's my birthday present.
You love me. You really love me.
Which, by the way, I don't know if you do. So, you realize in October, my goal is to take you back to Hot Springs, right?
Good goal.
Okay. All right. I was just checking.
I like it down there, and I'm hoping by then that I'm feeling pretty good and gotten some of my weight off like I have planned forever.
Like we both plan on.
But we're going to work a lot harder on it. And maybe we can actually experience some of the hiking areas. So that's something else we could talk about.
I would love it if we could afford to go and try the bathhouse row.
I know, I really want to do that.
The claw paw baths.
I want to take a soak.
Yeah. That would be cool. And we're going to stay at the White House Inn, though not the White House Inn.
At the Waters.
The Waters. The White House is in Biloxi.
I'm really excited at the thought that maybe some of our guys will still be there that we met, because I think it'd be really cool to come back.
That would be cool. So
become regulars every October.
Look for us this October. We're so excited. So didn't sound excited, did I?
We're so excited. I'm excited.
I'm
Steve's
so
just
excited.
Well, okay, we're going back.
I've been chomping at the bit to go back. I really want to.
Well, maybe we should go back for your birthday.
Well, that'd be weird because we're already going to. If we do anything else other than Hot Springs, I want to go to Waco, Texas.
I do too. I want to go to, what's it called?
Magnolia Farms.
Thank you.
The
silos. No, the silos.
Just the silos?
Yeah, it's called
two silos?
The silos.
I just overcomplicated.
I want to go there so badly. It looks fascinating, and I've got a good friend that actually went, and I'm looking forward to that sometime.
Hey, if you guys have been if you guys have been there to Waco to visit the I keep saying two silos, silos, let us know what you think, and you know what? Let us know what we should plan for. Right. What should we try? Food.
How long should we plan to check the place out? I mean, if it's going to take us 3 hours or half a day or what?
If you know when the less busiest time to go would be really great and beneficial. So we can bring that to you, to the other podcasters. Be a hero to somebody else out there.
And I mean, for you, we might go there ourselves and experience it. I mean...
But
I want to drink a drink out of a watermelon. That's all I'm saying.
That'd be cool.
They've
right?
got those.
I know, right? That would be cool.
You know, you're going to have some money if you take me there because I'm going to be buying decorations.
That's true.
I'm not even a decor person, but now I'm pretty sure after watching Fixer Upper that I could do anything.
Anyway, so sorry, we didn't mean to babble.
Rabbit trail.
So, okay. What an amazing episode that we had today to bring to you. Episode 82.
The one about oceans of the world in Branson, Missouri.
Okay, snort. Two Tenderfoot Tourists is a weekly family-friendly podcast. If you like what you hear, be sure to subscribe on Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher, TuneIn, and Spotify, just to name a few.
To get in touch with us and chat about this podcast or even your travel experiences, simply email us at tenderfoottourists@gmail.com or follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
Keep those suggestions coming, and maybe you'll give us the best episode of 2019. I'm Steve.
And I'm Sandy.
Until next time,
stay tender.